actually met Gene through his mother, and she worked in the mill where I worked at. And I had a 49 Ford, and I was having problems with it. His stick shift, upon the column, they'd hang up. Well, I had to get out and undo it. Well, I come over here. She told me to come over here and see him. I come over here, and he said, the easiest way to do it, put a floor shift in it. Gene Cromer put me a her shifter in it, and that solved my problems.
I put a lot of her shifters in.
Oh, God.
And Sparkomatic shifters. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Put a lot of those in. I just did regular automotive work, back then. Anything to make grocery money.
Yeah.
And I like to run a Ford because you're always underdog.
Made a lot of people mad when he had a 427 in a Chevrolet.
Didn't run that really long.
They didn't run
I
that
broke
much.
so many parts on that thing.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I broke rear ends, drive shafts.
Drive shafts. He could jerk out a pinion and drop it on the ground by the snap of your finger, just like that.
Yeah, and well, the reason I built the Chevrolet, I had the Willis at that time, but I worked on it like I was so sick of working on it. I pushed it outside. It stayed outside a year.
Yeah.
Well, I built that Chevrolet and took the engine and put it in the Chevrolet. And then I sold a 55 later, and I brought the Willis back in and finished it.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, if we'd had the cameras back then, like they are now, it'd been great, because we'd had one heck of a good thing with Julie. When Gene sold the 55, his daughter was hanging on the back up and wouldn't let the guy leave with it.
Yeah, that was Robin.
There's Robin.
Hang on. No, what's my car? You can't get it.
Oh, Lord.
That was some good times.
Yeah.
Well, my daughters, they used to go with me some. The oldest daughter, she went about all the time with us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Robin said, we used to go, Julie'd sit, had bucket seats in the Ranchero. We'd put a blanket right there, and Julie sit there. Robin sat in my lap, and that's how we'd go to races, and we'd play tic-tac-toe going down the road and everything. And I was sort of a babysitter and pit crew, I guess, because made sure the girls was all right.
Well, really, where I messed up was not having a good helper when I was running this shop, I wouldn't let them do nothing. See,
He's particular.
I would. Should have had somebody that kept it going,
Yeah.
You got a lot of equipment just sitting in it.
Oh.
But it was worth something at one time, see, than now.
Everything's computerized.
One time we running the Willis with the run what you brung. That's what it used to be. Run what you brung. You can do anything you want to. Well, I put nitro in the Willis, and it was at Calhoun, Georgia, and I lowered my front end. It was high, so I took some lease on the front spring. Well, that was the wrong thing, see. I run that Calhoun, Georgia, and I knew it wasn't handling, but I went ahead and ran it. And just as I got to the lights, it switched ends. And I went through the lights backwards, flat-footed all four tires, but it kept going straight backwards, so I stopped it. And then it stopped kind of on the side they just scraped the side of the track, and it just kind of tipped and shaking, but it didn't choke down. So I just put it in low and went back and put it on the trailer. But that was about the only time I really got in trouble. Now, I've stood them up a few times and off the side of the track. And that Mustang, I stood it up pretty high a couple of times. But
Oh, if we'd had a camera back a long time ago when he'd do burnouts out the door. The yard was gravel, dirt. When he'd do a check, messing with it, he'd do burnouts, and he'd stand it up in the shop, and I'd shut my eyes. I scared he was gonna hit that blank. The hood was gonna catch the door.
that's the only place I had to do it.
Yep,
It never went nowhere just to try out, except the track.
that's the track.
And it takes work and dedication to do it.
That's
You're
right.
going, if you're gonna win, you got to go to win.
Just right.
You got to work at it, and that's got to be your number one thing. Well, it's hard just to jump in and run with these guys and do something unless you got to prepare. And there's so much stuff you can buy now. So back then you couldn't buy nothing. I mean, it was what you could make and make do with, and scrap iron, scrap junk, and all this. Junkyards. Now there ain't no junkyards really that you can go in and look. But back then, that's the way it was. Shoot.